Namaskar. Welcome to this edition of News Bulletin. In the headlines today, we will beat coronavirus together and lead RSP along the path to prosperity, says Mr. Deepak Chatraj, CEO, RSP. And Karamveer Award function held at Public Relations Office of SAIL RSP. Now the news in detail. If each one of us remain alert, aware and careful, we can make our city and our steel plant corona-free. We can beat coronavirus together and lead RSP along the path to prosperity, said Mr. Deepak Chatraj while interacting with the office bearers of different trade unions and executive association through an online interaction organized on 29 July 2020. Mr. Rajveer Singh, EDP&A, Mr. D.K. Mahapatra, EDMM, Mr. Pankaj Kumar, ED Projects, Mr. Ram Narayan Nayak, CGM in charge Maintenance and Acting ED Works, Mr. Praveen Nigam, CGM F&A, Mr. B.K. Hota, Director Medical and Health Services, Mr. Rajendra Mishra, CGM P&A, also participated in the interaction. Mr. Bimal Kumar Bisi, GM Design and President RSP Executive Association and Vice President SAFE, Mr. Himanshu Sekhar Bal, President RICS, Mr. Prashant Kumar Behera, General Secretary RSS, Mr. Gopal Das, General Secretary GMM, Mr. Basant Kumar Nayak, General Secretary SETU, Mr. P.K. Champati Rai, President RMS, and other office bearers of the Executive Association and employees unions took part in the interaction. The CEO elaborated about the various steps being taken by RSP to protect the employees and their family members from the pandemic. He reassured them that the steel plant will make all-out effort to provide every possible support to the employees as well as their family members at every stage. We have to internalize the COVID SOPs. Let us strictly follow all the guidelines. It is for us to decide whether we want to be a carrier or a barrier, he added. He also urged the collective to take good care of self and follow a strict regime to build a robust immunity. He also spoke about the recent record performances of the RSP collective, which speak volumes about their deep commitment to take any crisis head-on. In his address, Mr. Rajveer Singh emphasized upon the importance of self-discipline and effective communication to fight the pandemic. Speaking on the occasion, Mr. D.K. Mahapatra appreciated everyone's positive attitude during the difficult times and urged all to make their best efforts to break the chain. Mr. Pankaj Kumar stressed upon fighting the pandemic together with strong determination. Mr. Ram Narayan Nayak, in his address, praised the response of unions and association to put up a united fight against the COVID crisis. Dr. B.K. Hota spoke about the various ways and means to improve the immunity, while Mr. Rajendra Mishra elaborated about the various employee welfare measures taken by the steel plant. The office bearers of the trade union and executive association put forth many suggestions to keep the employees, their family members, and the plant safe. They also thanked the management for the interaction and assured all sort of support to help the plant overcome the crisis. Dr. P.K. Sahu, GM Personnel I&IR, welcomed the gathering and also proposed a formal vote of thanks. In a Karamveer Award function held at Public Relations Department on 30th July, Mr. Ramendra Kumar, GM PR and COC handed over the award to Mr. Subhranshu Sekhar Mahapatra, Senior Executive Assistant for the month of June. Present on the occasion were Mr. Biva Masu Malik, DGM Personnel, Mrs. Archana Satpati, DGM PR, and other officers of the department. The function was held in compliance with the COVID-19 norms. Mr. Mahapatra was awarded for his sincerity, commitment, and courage exhibited during pandemic, where he was actively involved in the photo coverage of the COVID-19 related events within the plant and in the township. The program was coordinated by Mr. C.K. Sharma, Manager, PR. With this, we come to the end of this news bulletin. Namaskar.